So Dave just picked me up from the train and we're on our way to the hangar. We got these big boys hanging out in the trees over there. If somebody knows what these are, let me know in the comments. They're just out there sunning themselves. It's really hard to hold still for these with this magnification. It's the start of a new week here at Provo, working on the bomber. Trying to finish the install of these emergency main landing gear uplock release cables. And Jan has got this phenolic block pretty well dialed in. It's a beautiful piece. Hold on just a minute. Okay, he's got this phenolic block. Man, this thing is beautiful. And kudos to another one of our hangar buddies, Robert Christofferson, for he carved out this notch for the cable to lay into. So we're not quite finished yet. We have to make a spot for this P-clamp to go in there, and that will secure the end of the cable. So that's the next project.
Okay, now there's an adjustment over here on the side for
Should have been videoed before. Are you videoing now?
I am videoing now.
Okay then.
So Jan and Kenneth are trying to get a really close resemblance of what these seat belts are going to be like in actual use, so that they can build a bracket to hold the new belt recoil. That's pretty cool. You look like a natural, Jan.
Do I? Nose flying everything?
Uh-huh. Are you gonna make engine noises?
My voice isn't low enough for that. Okay, Bob, are you going to try the seat out?
I am.
The seat belts?
I am.
Okay, now put your hand over your shoulder and grab the loop. Grab the other one. Keep going, keep going. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's very nice.
Now lean forward to see how far you can go leaning forward. All right.
Okay, so to unlatch yourself, let's rotate the knob, and that feels okay to use. I want to be higher.
Yeah. Look, 6 months ago I couldn't spell pilot. Now I are one.
Now you are one. Excellent.
All right.
Well, that's pretty nice.
Good proof of concept.
I like it.
Good.
I like it. So, as a lot of you know, I've become friends with the guys down in Fort Worth at the Vintage Flying Museum, specifically Special K, the guys from Night Mission, and also the Hollywood Bomber. And we have a visitor today. Hi, Mike Webb. He's one of the volunteers with helping Bill Goebel on the Hollywood Bomber.
Yes, I show up down there every couple weeks or so. I commute from Tulsa down to Fort Worth, and met Bob down there, and we struck up a conversation, and I wanted to see this project. I'm on my way with my brother and some other folks out to Bonneville for a few days of watching people go fast, and decided to stop by here and see how this project's going, and this is a really neat deal here.
So, Dave, I take the train from Salt Lake to Provo. It's a whole lot cheaper on gas. But Dave or Jan will pick me up and bring me over to the hangar. Dave and I were talking, and I told him that you were visiting.
Uh-huh.
And he says, "You know what's out of Bonneville?" And I said, "Yeah, nothing."
There's a pretty fair amount of not much.
But it's Speed Week.
It's Speed Week. It's really neat. People come from all over the world to see how fast they can go, or watch other people like us. My brother has run a vehicle out there for a number of years. It broke a few years ago, and the replacement's in the works. But so this time we're just going to go watch. We don't have to get all greasy, dirty, and salty, and do the race car thrash stuff. So it's kind of enjoyable.
Okay, so you've spent You've been here a half hour or so. What do you think of our toy?
Oh man, this is nice. There's a lot of man hours in this thing, and I think there's a few more waiting for you too.
So one of the other invader groups in Enid, Gary Trice is their crew chief, and he came and visited us after Hill Air Force Base Museum as Lady Liberty. That aircraft came there, and they took their time to come down here and slobber all over our airplane. They really like it. But Gary made the comment, "Yeah, it looks really nice." Now the work begins.
You're right.
So,
Well, at least the guns work.
well, that's true. That's true. Anyway, so they're going to do some more looking around, and maybe they'll get done today sometime, and I'll go to work. Anyway, Mike, thanks so much for visiting us.
Hey, thanks for having us. This is really wonderful.
Anytime. All right. This week I was a little under the weather, and so I wasn't able to be here on Wednesday. Well, Jan and a couple of our other guys, they ran the Mustang and got the ignition system in time, and nobody thought to film it, so I'm sorry about that. But there's been a little more developments over here. Let me show you what's going on. So Jan has got the engine cowls installed to get ready to paint the anti-glare on the top and any stenciling he wants to do. So I'm thinking I'm pretty close to being ready to put the propeller on this beast. So we'll find out. I'll talk to them about it here in a bit. They're out to lunch currently. And in other news, we've decided to pull the trigger on assembling the nose wheel and tire. And so we'll get all that assembled here in a few minutes. Okay, well, unfortunately, my phone died in the middle of that, but we got the tire all mounted, all the nuts and bolts torqued. It's filled with air now to 65 pounds. After we make sure that we haven't pinched the tube tomorrow, we'll drain the air out of it, let everything equalize, and then we'll fill that with nitrogen. And that nose wheel will be complete and ready for installation. Know anybody with jacks? So the next project, Jan's been working pretty diligently. Let me get up here. So we have all the angles of the dangles and all the stuff that we need to know for this uplock cable installation. The new phenolic block has had its machining and installed. Let me go down in the wheel well. Okay, so Jan's got this all terminated to the correct length. So now the fun begins. It's been done on both sides. It's been done on both sides. Now we've got to take it all apart again to send them off to be those ends crimped into place. So we'll get those out and we'll get those sent off.